Hey, BookTube. Remember me? Well, I'm back. I really never left. I just stopped making videos. And part of my New Year's resolutions was to get back into things that I love and things that make me happy. I started BookTube in 2016 and made it almost through the year and then stopped shy of a year. I think I stopped in October. Stopped filming, and I never gave a reason why. I just stopped. I don't know if it was because I wasn't meeting any of my goals or, anything like that. I honestly couldn't tell you why I stopped. I just did. And it always bothered me. For the last 5 years, it's bothered me. And a lot has happened in these last 5 years, a lot. I've still been reading, but I did get married. I have a stepdaughter now. I moved out of my apartment and I have my own home now. And I'm in a new job and my life is falling into place. And there was just one thing missing. This. I really missed this. I really missed sitting on my floor and talking to a camera and eventually it all getting passed out to you guys. And I really missed it. And when I left BookTube, I only had something like 68 followers and I have almost 150 now and I haven't posted anything in 5 years. And that every time I look at that, it's astonishing to me. It's amazing. I can't wrap my head around that people still want to actually hear me and talk to me. Now, I know in the grand scheme of YouTube and BookTube that 150 followers is not a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. I don't think I know 150 people. And there's 150 people that actually, based off videos I filmed 5 years ago, want to see more from me. And I just think that's the coolest thing. And it's so awesome. So I decided to come back and I hope you guys will have me. I hope you guys will listen to me and have me and share with me along this journey. And I hope it goes a little bit, it didn't go bad the last time. I hope this time it stays. So I will release a video about everything that's happened in the last 5 years, kind of get you caught up with my life. But quick crash course. In 2016, I was dating a man and I ended up marrying him. So I am no longer Jackie Tucker. I am legally Jackie Kennedy, just like the First Lady. I'm married and I have a 12-year-old stepdaughter who is active in sports and is awesome. So I have become a mom, not a biological mother, but I have become a mom in every way, shape, and form. And of that, other than biologically. And she's amazing. She keeps me on my toes and she's becoming a very special young lady. And I'm very happy I get to be part of her growing experience. Like I said, I moved, so I'm in a very different environment. This filming setup will probably not stay. I'm still trying to figure out where I can do this in my house. So be prepared for some changes, but I'm still me, but I'm just me 5 years later. I have grown, I've matured, my reading tastes have changed exponentially. My views on life have changed. So I'm still the outspoken kind of in your face person that I was 5 years ago, but just a little more refined now. I think I might have developed the thing my mom always said I lacked was tact. I might have actually developed that, but in some situations I probably haven't. So, when I first started BookTube, my very first video was my January TBR of 2016. I introduced myself a little bit. I didn't give any background. I just went right into it. So this year I thought I'd do it a little differently. I am filming this on New Year's Day. and hopefully be uploading it as well. But I'm still filming on my phone. I still don't have editing equipment, but that was one of the cool things about my videos that I always remember people saying that they really enjoyed, is that they saw solid takes. They didn't see these cut scenes. They saw me. They saw the mess ups. They saw the stuttering. They saw the actual thinking of these things in my head, and it felt more real to them, like they were having a conversation. So I'm going to try my best to try to keep that. I might get some lighting equipment though, and maybe like a little setup. I might do that. But as for the cutscenes and editing, I'm gonna try to be as straight shot as I possibly can. But for this first video, I want to talk about my goals for 2022, my reading goals. I don't need to talk about my life goals unless you guys want to see that, and just let me know. So my goals for 2022 are to get back to what I love. This Christmas, my husband went above and beyond with my presents. They were fantastic. Not only did he get me the most beautiful ring I've ever seen in my entire life, the wedding band I originally wanted, and that's a story for another video. But he got me that. He also invested in every single one of my hobbies. He bought me books. He got me a gift card for more books. He got me a new Cricut, which I teared up when I saw, because I haven't scrapbooked as long as I haven't been on BookTube. It was severely a huge part of my life, and I haven't been in it. When I got married, everything focused on getting the marriage and the wedding designed and built and everything, that I let my scrapbooking fall to the wayside, and I've always missed it, but I didn't realize how much I missed it until I opened that new Cricut, and I realized that I can do all my stuff again even better and easier than I could before. And it set this fire in me again, which also led to this coming about. And with discussing it with him, he's completely on board with it. He asked that he not appear a lot, which is okay. But I do hope he'll give me at least 1 or 2 cameos, just so you guys get to know the person who, reminded me of who I was, that originally started this, because she wanted to sit on her floor and talk about books with people. And reminding me of, the creative side that I've been lacking lately. Getting back to who I am. So instead of trying to read the overhyped books, the books that everybody's seeing, I'm probably still going to read those, because let's be honest, I like to read good stories, and there's a reason these are so popular, because they're good stories. But my goals are more in tune with, I think, what I'm trying to accomplish this year. I'm trying to be more mindful of who I am, be more present in the things that I'm doing. This concept of slow living, I'm not taking on full bore, because I can't slow live, but I do want to take pieces of it and incorporate that more in my life, be more present in what I'm doing, focusing more on what I'm reading and enjoying what I'm reading. I recently started a book club with 2 of my best friends, and it's called the Red Witch Bitchin' Book Club, and that's another story, and you'll get to meet them eventually. They're fantastic. They're amazing, and I know you will love them just as much as I love them. But we get together and we talk about books, and then it turns into us talk about our lives and how the books made us think about our life. And it's just, that's what I want. I want more thought-provoking reading. I want more engross reading. I want stuff that's going to suck me in and not let go. That's what I want. That's what I'm passionate about. When I hook my teeth into something and I know I care about this, I never let it go. It never goes away. Just like BookTube. I stopped, but it never left me. I still watched. I still followed. I still thought every first of the year, should I do it again? Should I do it again? Should I do it again? And I never did. And now, fuck it, I'm doing it. So, with these goals that I've created, it's getting me back to that. And using what I have, not so much what I want, using what I have to get me there. So I have my list of goals written on my little notebook. Yeah, like I said, no editing equipment. You're seeing right here as we go. So, my first goal is I'm still going to set a Goodreads book goal. I know a lot of people are not doing that because of the stress factor that it puts on them, but I'm not that person. If I know that there's something I'm going to want to attain, I want to attain it. I can clearly see a number dwindling down. I can see this. And that is motivation. In the beginning, it sucks because it's such a big number. But when it gets closer, you're just like, oh my God, I'm right there. Just keep going. And, and so that's why I'm setting the number. And I'm setting the number at an even 60. So that's 5 books a month, which is attainable. It's doable. I did it the last 2 years without having the goal. That's what I just normally did. But it's something that I can attain. It's something that can give me that confidence. But yet it's still challenging enough that I have to make time to sit down and read. I have to actively think, hey, I've got a goal. I need to sit down and do this. I need to actively make this time for myself, for this self-help, this self-care, not self-help, self-care, which is sitting down and reading a book and getting lost for 20, 30 minutes. I need that because my world is so loud, because now I walked into a child's life and I'm pseudo mom, going to ball games, dealing with school, dealing with work, dealing with my husband's schedule who he's trying to promote. It's all actively changing, and I need to make sure that I take that time to sit down and do something that makes me happy. Scrapbook, reading, self-care kind of stuff. So having that book goal number will force me to do that, so I make sure I reach that goal. So having that ultimate goal will give me the main goal that I need. And just for funsies, these goals are pretty much just for fun. I saw this a few years ago, the A to Z book challenge, and I thought it was the coolest idea ever, where you read a book for every letter of the alphabet. Sounds easy enough, right? So I'm going to do it. I'm going to try for it. I am planning on keeping a reading journal, which I am going to Barnes & Noble probably tomorrow to pick up the journal that I'm looking for. And I'm going to start it. It's not going to be anything fancy with the drawings and the it's not going to be that. It's going to be my very first reading journal ever. And I'm going to keep my list there. And when I read a book that meets the letter, I'm just going to write it down and we'll go from there. I want to try to do the Mount Everest challenge, not the Mount Everest level, but the Mount Everest challenge where you read down your TBR. And if I remember correctly, Mount Everest was reading like 250 books. So I've chose a couple of peaks down, which is Mount Blanc, and that's 24 books that I currently own. So I have to read 24 books off of my personal TBR library that I own. And I own more than 24 books, so I won't read it all the way down, but it'll help dent it some. I also would like to try to do the classics challenge, where I read at least one classic a month. I recently started collecting the Penguin cloth-bound classics, and I'd really like to read them. Not just have them sit pretty on my shelf, even though they're gorgeous. If you've not seen them, go look them up. Penguin cloth-bound classics, go look them up. They are beautiful, and they are so worth every single penny. They're absolutely stunning. I love them. They are a book collector's dream. But I would like to actually read them and say, I have read all of those. I like to look at my shelf and say, you see that shelf right there? All those pretty books lined up in a row, all those nice bright colors? Yeah, I read every fucking one of them. I would love to say that. And so that's what I want to do. So one classic a month to help get that down. And that will also be part of the Mount Blanc challenge, because I do have more than just 24 classics. Or 12 classics, I guess, for one a month. I do have more than 12 classics. So I'm going to try to use that as part of my Mount Blanc challenge. And the last kind of challenge goal I want to attain is I'm doing the buzzword challenge. I will link the announcement video down below. I can't remember off the top of my head. Gail at La La Land. I know La La Land's in it. I know that part, but I will link her down below, her announcement video. And essentially what she did is she came up with these buzzwords. And I guess she used to start them as reading sprints, readathons. And then she turned them into like a year-long reading challenge where every month is a different buzzword. And you can frame your whole TBR around that buzzword or just pick one book from it. However, I'm going to pick one book from the buzzword challenge and make that one of the books on my TBR for that month. And it will also be a book off of my shelf that I already own to help read those down. So 3 challenges to utilize what I have to get me back, remind me, why did I buy this book? What drew me here? And that self-help and that 30 minutes or hour, or how much time I schedule, I can help schedule it down by using what I already have and save some money in the meantime, which is always a nice time after Christmas. Now, however, all of those challenges, you know, some people might think that's a lot of challenges, Jackie. Are you insane? Some people are like, well, those are all like fairly common sense challenges. Are you doing anything actually challenging? I am doing the TBR jar challenge. And I'll make a whole video about my TBR jar challenge when I draw my first one, and then I'll release my January TBR after I've picked the book to go in it. So you're going to see some rapid fire videos from me because I'm filming them all in one day. But that's all I got for you right now. Those are my 2022 reading goals: to read 60 books, to do the A to Z book challenge where I read a book for every single letter of the alphabet, to ascend to Mount Blanc reading 24 books that I currently own on my shelf, along with a classic each month, and then the buzzword challenge. All 3 of those previously mentioned challenges are going to be of books that I currently own. I have this full shelf behind me, and then I also have a full shelf on the other side of my TV, which you can see here in said corner. My nice big TV that we just got for Christmas. Yes, it's awesome. And then, of course, I will be doing my TBR jar challenge in my nice little poisoned apple mug that I bought myself as a Christmas present for this year. I also learned I loved coffee, so I got some cute coffee mugs, and I really thought this one would be cute for that challenge because it's like the poisoned apple. Because if you were an OG of mine, and remember in 2016, I never completed these. So this is like, do I want to put myself through this again? Sure, why not? So, well, I hope this wasn't too long for you guys, and I hope you stick with me, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. So, Happy New Year. I'm back, and I hope I stay. Fingers crossed, and it's great to see you.